Good morning, friends. Thanks for swinging by this morning to spend some crafty time with me. I was not here on Tuesday at my normal time. I just got way behind in life. Honestly, I'm still behind and kind of catching up, but still behind for sure. But I am happy to be here with you today. I hope I'm in the right place. I think I am, but I went on here pretty quick as I ran in here. So hopefully I am. I'll wait for someone to pop on and then I can check and see. Our weather has taken a really nice change here. We're still in the 80s in the daytime and there's sunshine, but it's less humid. And we're actually getting down in the 60s and even the 50s at night, which is wonderful. Hi, Joyce. Glad you're here. Thanks for saying hi. Let me see if I can find me. Once someone finds me, I'm usually there. So, yep, there I am in the right place, which is always good. All right. Again, welcome. If you are hopping on, please say hi like Joyce did. I really appreciate that. Leave me comments as you go. I love to hear what you have to say. And I just like to know that you're here. Okay, today is Friday, September 6th, 2024. September 6th. It is the 6th of September, and I'm still catching up on things I should have done on the 1st of September. So hopefully the month will fall in place. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stepping Lady. I am coming to you from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, in Middle Tennessee. I am here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make that more fun and enjoyable and easier for you, and to encourage you to send out all of your beautiful creations to others to help make their day. Sorry guys, I have a hangnail here that is driving me nuts, or a piece of skin. Let me pull it off and then I won't be so crazy. My nails are a mess. My hair is a mess. I am a mess. There's no doubt about it right now. I just felt like, I don't know, like last month there were so many extra things. We had a lot of extra games with the kids back in school. We had a demonstrator meeting that took one of my days. Hi, Shar, glad you're here. We had Labor Day this week that took the whole day with family, which is wonderful. What else did we do? There were a couple other things in August, and now we're getting ready for a trip to Wisconsin. Hi, Penny, glad you're here. So just a lot going on in life, and I am having a little trouble keeping up. Maybe because I'm old. That could be it. I don't know what it is, but I am struggling. So I'm so glad to have this time with you guys right now and just kind of decompress and work on some crafting. It's all wonderful. Please be sure again, like I said, to comment. Tell me what you think of the project. Tell me what life is by you right now and how busy or not you are. Let me know about your weather, what's going on. I just love to hear. It really makes this so much more fun for me because I get to know you more personally and have that interaction. And that's what it's all about. It's really about the people. The crafting just brings us together. So let me know what you're thinking. Okay, as always, I will be drawing from all of the comments you leave on this video and giving away the project we make today. You have all today and through midnight tomorrow to leave your comments. Wisconsin is beautiful. Oh, wonderful. I hope it stays that way for the next couple weeks. I would love to have just a beautiful time in Wisconsin, and we get to see family and friends, and that always makes it worth it. So, any comments you enter through midnight tomorrow will be entered for a chance to win the card. I actually take any comments that you leave until the point I draw. And that could be any time the next day, honestly, the way my life is going. So just keep leaving your comments. Congratulations to the winner of my last card, Linda Marshall. She won that Nest of Nature preview card I made last time. Hi, Kathy. Glad you're here. It's on its way to you, Linda, so watch for that. And then I have a few more congratulations. I want to congratulate Sharon Rowland. She won my drawing for the sketch challenge. Thank you to everyone who entered the sketch challenge. I love to see what you guys come up with from those sketches. That makes me, it just challenges me too to see. And some of you do the most beautiful cards, and I think, huh, Why didn't I think of that? Pretty nice, pretty nice. You guys are talented. And then also congratulations to the 3 winners of my order drawing. So every month I draw from all of the orders I get and give away a prize to 3 lucky winners. So last month were Karen Bachtel, Catherine Helms, and Melody Smathers. And those are not on their way to you yet. They will be soon. They're on my list for this weekend. They should be in the mail by Monday. But hang on, they are coming. Okay, also if you can share my video to your personal page, a crafty group, a crafty friend, share it any way you want to share it. That gets me exposure I wouldn't otherwise have as a small business, and I really appreciate it. Let me know you do that, and I will give you a bonus entry toward the card I'm giving away. Hi, Sally. Glad you're watching. Okay, I think that's it. Let's take you down to my table. I'm going to turn you around here. You'll see sunshine and green, and then down. And let me make sure I'm lined up where I want to be. Looks pretty good. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. My Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. You can find me on YouTube under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. And if you do shop with me this month, here is my new hostess code. I appreciate it if you use this code when you're shopping. It gets me the most benefits for your order, allows me to give the most back to you later on in the form of prizes and giveaways and kits, free kits and things like that. So I appreciate it so much. If your order is over $150 pre-shipping and handling and tax, then don't use that code, because in that case you will earn hostess rewards, and I really do want you to earn those. Okay, cards. I have a couple cards to share with you today. So my first one is from my friend Lori in Prescott. Again, Lori is so faithful about sending me cards just to catch up on what's going on back there. And she made this beautiful split panel card. I just love it. It's a smaller size. So what is this? It's 4 inches by 4.5, which is fun, because if you have a piece that works for that, go ahead and use it. Why not make a card? You don't have to do an A2 card every single time you do a card. I love it, Lori. It is really super cute. And then this beautiful ribbon on there and such pretty colors. We're actually doing a split panel card today, a little different than this, but the same concept of this. And I just love that look. So thank you, Lori. And then when I was at that demonstrator event, we did swaps. Now I did not swap, mainly because I ran out of time. So I didn't make anything to swap. But 2 of the women, 2 delightful demonstrators, gave me one of their cards anyway, so I want to share them with you. This one is from Brenda Sellers, and it uses that new pine tree embossing folder, which if you're part of the Global Inspiration Stamp Team presentations, Joy used on her presentation also, and it's gorgeous. She added some green to the trees, probably using a dauber and green ink, and then put Wink of Stella. And I don't know if you can catch that through the plastic, but there's Wink of Stella on all the branches, and just such a simple, beautiful card. I love it. So think about that embossing folder, especially if you have a ton of cards to make. This would be quick and easy. Sit in front of the TV, run them through the embossing folder, done. Okay, and then let me see who this was from. This is from a demonstrator, Lisa Pecorini, I think is how you pronounce it. She made this gorgeous card, and you know what? I should know what set this is, but I don't. I don't remember the name. Is this from Layers of Beauty, maybe? The rose, yeah, I think it is. I think that's the big rose stamp, and then she just cut out the one tiny rose as her focal point. Look how pretty this card is. So soft and elegant looking. I just love it. Thank you for sharing your talents with me. I so appreciate it. So I hope those gave you some good ideas on card making. Okay, lots going on. Let's get through this so we can get crafting. Global Inspiration Stamp Team presentations are going on today through the 12th yet. Every day it's a different demonstrator showing you new products and tips. If you're part of that group, be sure not to miss. And if you miss them, just go back and check. There's an album at the top that has links to all the videos so that you can see what you might have missed. Not the tips and tricks, but at least our big demonstration of the day. Or you can just scroll down and go through them all. That works too. If you are a team member of mine, or you have purchased from me and you're a customer of mine and you would like to be part of that group, it is just a group that every 2 months we put on demonstrations and presentations strictly to thank our customers. And we are a global group from around the world, and you get to see us all present in our own ways, different ideas, and it is wonderful. So if you need an invitation, if you're a customer or a team member, I can invite you to that. Unfortunately, if you are a demonstrator that's not on one of our teams, the group has a rule that I can't invite you unless you're a customer and purchase from me also. So I apologize for that. Okay, that's going on through the 12th. Free monthly card kit. So I didn't get a chance to reprint this this flyer, so I kind of folded things up. It looks a little different. Do you remember, was it Mad Magazine? I think on the back cover you could fold it and you'd get a different picture than when it was open. Well, that's kind of what I did here. I took this big long flyer and folded it up, so I'm just giving you info that pertains. So my free monthly card class. All of the kits for the classes earned in August already went out in the mail. They're on their way to you. My class will be at 11 o'clock. Is it 11 o'clock? Oh my gosh, let me look real quick. I don't want to give you wrong information. My class, yes, 11 o'clock. All these different dates in my mind. 11 o'clock on September 9th. So that's next Monday. I will be presenting how to put those kits together. It'll be right here in this Facebook page. It's open for anyone to watch. So if you want to watch and you don't have the kits, feel free to do so. If you have the kits, feel free to craft along or just watch and then go back and do your crafting, whatever works for you. But that is next Monday. To earn your kit, your free kit, for next month's class, for the class that we'll be holding in October, just place an order with me this month over $50. A $50 order will get you 3 free card kits. $75 order will get you 3 free card kits plus a bonus project. A $100 order gets you 3 free card kits, a bonus project, and a half a pack of an embellishment. Any order smaller than that you place online will receive a handmade card from me as a thank you. And all orders placed in the month will go into my order drawing at the end of the month. So I would love for you to order from me. I would love to be your demonstrator, and I am here to answer any questions that you might have. And hopefully by next time you see me, I'll have a new flyer printed. All right, let's get that out of there. My fall catalog paper share is still going on. I have a couple things I want to share about this. So a bunch of you signed up, and I am so thankful to everyone who did. And the orders for all of your paper have been placed. 2 issues. It looks like, as of this morning when I looked, those orders will not be here before we leave for vacation. So I'm going to have to put them together for you and send them out after we're back. And we are not back home till the 23rd or 24th. So it will be the end of the month, and I apologize. I thought it would get here sooner, but it won't. So I will get those out to you. There's also a bonus that will come in your little paper shares, and the bonus was going to be a half a package of the real red and white adhesive backed peppermints. But when I went to order the first day of the catalog, those peppermints were sold out. So I'm going to try again on the 16th. That's the day they're supposed to be back in stock, to order them again. And I will do my best, guys, to get them. If I cannot get them, I will give you a half a pack of some current embellishment from the mini catalog. At that point, I'll order what I can. So just be aware of that. I really want to get you those adhesive back peppermints because they are stinking adorable. But we will see what happens. I can't do what I can't do. So there will be a bonus, I promise. I am keeping this open till the 15th. On the 16th, I'll order those. So I'm keeping this open till the 15th. If anyone else wants to join my paper share, let me know and I will place orders for more paper. Right now, everything I've ordered is accounted for, but I can always order more and I will be happy to do that. The paper share is 1/4 pack of all 7 of our regular designer series paper in the mini catalog. They will be cut into 6x6 pieces and they will be labeled with what it is so that you know. And then if you fall in love with them, you can go ahead and order more. The cost is $27 if you're local or $35 if you need it shipped to you. It'll come priority mail and be insured. So that's the way I do my shipping, so be aware of that. It's just a great way to get a little bit of everything. I know all of our papers are so pretty, and sometimes it's really hard to tell what they are until you get them in front of you in person and you see how beautiful they are. So that is still going on till the 15th. You can still sign up. Couple other things. Stampin' Up! Is doing 1 hour, oops, I'm on the wrong one. We'll start here. A 1 hour World Card Making Day event on October 5th, 2024, which is World Card Making Day. It is a free event. You just go in and register for it. And if you register for it, it says here, crafters of all skill levels are invited and welcome to join, and the event and registration are free. And then I also saw that I think they're going to send something out to you. I have no idea what it will be after the fact if you do register. So if you don't register, you can still join the event. But if you register, they're going to send something. Again, I don't know what it is. They haven't told us that, but something. And they're going to be creating 5 simple cards during that hour to celebrate World Card Making Day. It's going to be using some of the ephemera packs. So if you go onto the Stampin' Up! Site, you'll see a little thing similar to this, and it'll say more information. Click on that. On there, it'll tell you what you can purchase if you want to craft along. And then it'll also tell you the times, and it'll tell you where you can register. So check that out on the Stampin' Up! Site. And then we have a new scrapbooking brochure. So again, if you go to the Stampin' Up! Site, you will see a banner similar to this talking about the new scrapbooking products. And if you click on that, you will see everything that's included in that brochure. Now, I'm not sure. I didn't look on the customer side. I'm thinking there's a link to the actual brochure too if you want to see it. If not, I plan to send out an email with that link in the near future. But it is adorable. And if you scrapbook at all, oh my gosh, guys, there are some cute kits out there. I bought 3 different kits that I hope to do either online or with a class here locally. They are so, so cute for the holidays. I used to scrapbook all the time. I got pretty much out of it, and now I want to get back into it since we've introduced this. This brochure is just the beginning. This product line will grow and you will see more in spring, and then you will see even more in the next annual catalog. So I'm really excited. Let all your scrapbooking friends know we are entering the scrapbook world again. Okay guys, mini catalog, going strong, tons and tons of fun and beautiful ideas in here. I can't wait to share more and more with you. But today we are using the Nests of Winter Designer Series paper. Now I used that last time. I'm going to make a different card. I love this paper. I just cannot stop crafting with it. I think it is beautiful. I think it makes the most elegant and gorgeous cards. Just look at some of the samples they have here for you in the catalog. Simple, easy, beautiful. I love the nature theme. I just fell in love with this paper. So we're using that. And we're also going to be using these adorable little earth tone shimmer gems. I'll show you them again when we get to them, but they are beautiful. They are all the tones that are in this paper, which makes them nice. They're kind of faceted and shimmery and beautiful, but they're pretty flat, so they're great for mailing. So we're going to be using that on our card also. And then just a reminder that our current catalog is going strong. Do not forget about the annual catalog. Sometimes that happens when the minis come out, and now with the scrapbooking stuff. So, okay, so here are the pieces for the card we're going to make today. Let's see if I can get this all out of here. Stick around. I have another sample. Actually, I think I have two more. Yeah, two more samples I can show you at the end. So do not depart too soon, because at the end you're going to want to see the other samples I made with this same layout. So I have a basic white envelope, just an A2 size envelope. I have a piece of shaded spruce designer series paper. It's A2 size, so it's 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. So that's going to be our base, and the base today is going to go horizontal. So I'm going to make a horizontal card. I have a piece of basic white that is 4 by 5.25 for the inside, because we're using a dark card base. I have a piece of basic white that is 3 3/4 by 5 for the front. Now I will post all these measurements later in the description. Maybe not immediately. I have a busy day, but I will get to them, I promise. Then I have 4 layers of cardstock. These are also shaded spruce, and these are 1 1/8 by 3 5/8 inches that we're going to use for our panels. And I have 4 pieces of designer series paper, and these are 1 inch by 3.5. And these were cut out of one of the sheets of paper, and I'm going to lay them out. They were cut out and kept in order like that. Now, aren't they beautiful? I just love this paper. It is so pretty. We're going to keep these in order, hopefully, as we make our card, because I think it looks better when it comes together in order. Although some patterns don't matter, and you could do what you want. And then I have a scrap of basic white, and I am going to cut out that little circle from the stylish shapes for my sentiments. So I'm going to just keep that handy so I have it. And let me grab my mini cut and emboss machine and bring it a little closer here so we are good to go. Okay, guys, for my sentiments today, I am using the greetings of the season. You've seen me use it here before. I used it on the Global Inspiration Stamp Team. I am in love with everything about this set. It has the coolest little sentiments. It has the standard block print as well as the script, and you can mix and match those, or you can do all script or all block, whatever works for you. I love, love, love this set. To me, this does look like one of those sets that I will hang on to for a while, even after it goes away. Now, this set is an online exclusive. It was released in July. So it's an online exclusive that came out in July. You know, with our online exclusives, they're only here as long as they're here. I know that sounds weird, but Stampin' Up! Can take them away any time they want. So I'm going to show you what goes with this really quickly, because I don't think I've done that before. This is the stamp set. And then if you get the bundle, which will give you a 10% savings, these are the dies. And these are all tag dies. They all have a little hole that punches out that you can feed some thread through or whatever if you want to make dies for on your packages, or tags for on your packages, or just as a layer on your card. A lot of times I will cut these out and layer them on my card, and then just put a bow over where that hole was, and no one will ever know that that was cut out. So this is the bundle. You will get a 10% savings. They're both, if you order them together in the bundle. They're online exclusive only, and they're available now. We'll see how long they last, but they're gorgeous. Okay, I think I told you all that stuff. So let's get crafting here. First thing I want to do is stamp, I think. So I'm going to grab 2 of my sentiments, the little love and joy. And the inside sentiment's going to be, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And I'm just going to stamp that right now onto this inside piece of basic white. Remember, that's 4 by 5.25. And I'm going to ink this up using shaded spruce. And I am going to turn my card, well, I guess I didn't have to turn it around, but I'm going to stamp here down in this corner. I like to stamp my sentiments upside down. I can see the edge of my paper better because it's closer to me. So a lot of times I will stamp them upside down and then turn it back around. So that's what I wanted to do here just because of the placement of it. And I'm putting it up in the corner because I want to have enough room to write. A lot of times I put it in the center, but that would limit me just to that bottom. And this way I can write in all of that section. So that's the reasoning for that. I'm going to set that sentiment aside. And then I'm going to grab the Love and Joy and this little scrap I have out here. And let's stamp our Love and Joy onto there. Also using the Shaded Spruce ink. This is a gorgeous, deep, rich ink that I love. Beautiful, beautiful. And then since I have it out, let's do our envelope right away and be done with our stamping. I'm going to ink this up and put it, make sure my envelope is opening the right way. So I got to make sure my card is opening the right way. I actually sent out thank you cards for orders for last month. To those of you who ordered a smaller order than the $50 level. And one of my customers let me know that I had decorated the whole card beautifully, but on the back of the card, so it opened the wrong way. So I'm trying not to do that. I can't say it was the last time I will ever do that, and it certainly wasn't the first time I've ever done that. But yeah, hopefully you all didn't get cards made that way, but there's always that possibility. And if you did, I am so sorry. Okay, my envelope I can set aside for now. I'm going to take this Love and Joy and place this smallest piece from the Stylish Shape around it, and it fits perfectly. So I am going to use some washi tape because I don't want it to shift while it's going through the cut and emboss machine. And I'm going to make sure I'm on the cardstock, on the die, and on the cardstock. That's always important. It's the best way to hold it in place. And I did take this washi tape and stuck it on my shirt a few times to get a little lint on it so it's not quite as sticky and it won't peel off my paper when I lift it. Let's just run this through. Like that. Lift it off of here, get rid of my plates, and peel this off. So you still want to be gentle with it. You don't ever want to tear. Sometimes a lot of our problems are we're just rushing too much. So try to take a Zen moment, a deep breath, and just do things a little bit slower and enjoy the process if you can. Okay, so there is our Love and Joy. Look how pretty that is on that little circle. Okay, let's put some of this together. I'm going to grab my seal and we'll put the inside of this card in right away. Now you'll notice I let this set to the side while I was doing some more stamping. That's because Shaded Spruce is another one of those really deep, rich pigment inks. And even though our inks all dry rather quickly, the ones with the deeper pigments take a little bit longer, and I didn't want to smudge this in any way. So, in fact, right now I'm sure I could run my hand over it, but not risk it. I'm just going to run my hand like this to make sure all of that adhesive has taken very well on my card. Just a precaution. Okay, so let's set that aside. And then we have our smaller white layer, and we're going to put our panels onto this layer. So let's just adhere our panels first. Again, the panels are each, and they're in order, are each 1 inch by 3.5, and they're going onto a 1 1/8 inch piece of cardstock, 1 1/8 by 3 5/8. Okay, and I'm just going to take my seal and go right up the back of it. And it's only a 1/16 of an inch border on these, you guys. It's a tiny little border, just enough to really make that paper pop, but not too much to take away from the beauty of it. Add this on here. And mainly the reason it is that small is because I want this to fit on that white panel, and I wanted to leave enough Shaded Spruce around the edge after I add this that I really have a gorgeous Christmas color back there. So I went with these panels pretty small as I planned them out. Now you can see these two pieces go together If you keep them in order, it works. But if you don't, it's just like a puzzle. I love puzzles. So once you get them all on and they happen to be out of order, just push them back together and figure out which way they go if they got out of order. That has happened to me many, many a time, let me tell you. So I'm just centering these onto those panels. So there are my 4 panels that are going to go on the front of this card, and they're actually going to go onto this piece of white. So the best way I've found to do this is to take my 2 edge pieces. So this is my first edge, and I'm going to leave a small border on the side and top and bottom, just like that, okay? And then I'm going to take my last panel and I'm going to stick this on the opposite end. So I'm kind of turning it around because I work better when it's closer to me. And we're going to leave a small border, same thing, top, bottom, and sides. Okay, so now I have that placement, and I'm going to put these 2 in the middle. So this is my second one. You can see how that comes together there. I'm going to put my seal on here, and I'm going to lay it here, but I'm not going to stick it down yet, guys. I'm just going to lay it on here. Then I'm going to take my third piece, and find out where that goes. So I want to have a pretty even spacing between all 3 of these. And you can see that I have more there than over here. So what I'm going to do is lay this one and then pick this one back up because I didn't stick it down even though the seal's on there, and center that one between those 2. And that just gives me a little bit better control of where my spacing is. So they come together pretty darn close. It doesn't have to be perfect, but now I have like this diorama 4-panel image to add to my card. And we want to decorate this up a little bit. So I am going to grab, you know what, do I have any? Hang on, guys. Yep, I do. Here, let me grab that. Grab my seal. So I'm going to take our basic beige 3/8 inch bordered ribbon. So it's got a little bit of stitching along the edge to border it. And it's beautiful. It's very neutral. There is beige in this card, so it looks perfect on there. And it just kind of brings in all those nature colors. So I like it a lot. It is the same ribbon that our in colors come in. So if you like this kind of ribbon, it ties beautifully. Get the in colors too. Get them all while you're at it. If you're in the in color club, you've been getting 2 yards of it each month. So an in color club, I should be able to send out all of your kits because I ordered basically everything ahead of time. Those should be able to go out before we leave on vacation next week. So, okay, so here is that. On the back, toward the bottom on each side, I'm going to lay some seal. And then we're going to wrap this ribbon around. Okay, so I'm just going to find where my seal is. And I left probably a 1/2 inch or more. I like my ribbon to totally wrap around and have enough to stick. And then as an extra precaution, I always like to add some of our tear and tape just to really hold it in place. So I'm going to tear off a piece of tear and tape. I'm going to lay it kind of where that adhesive was, right over there, and push it down on the ribbon. And that way I'm sure that ribbon is not going anywhere. Let's do something on the other side, just like that. It also covers that extra adhesive. And I'm not going to peel the backing off of here because we're going to pop this layer up. So by leaving that on, I don't have a worry about this sticking down where that extra adhesive was. Okay, so there is that ribbon on the front. And then I'm going to tie a bow, and I'm just going to tie it off the spool. I would say usually 10 inches is a good number to work with when you're making a bow. If you struggle with bows, maybe 11. I don't struggle with them, but the way to save the most ribbon is just to do it off your spool, because then you're not cutting off a bunch of excess. And I'm going to make a bow with this. And then we're gonna do something to make that bow extra special. I'm just gonna play with it a little bit, get it kind of the length that I want it to be, which is right there, but I tied it very loosely, guys, and that is on purpose. So we're gonna grab, this is an online exclusive also, and I'm pretty sure it's still going out there. I just saw someone using it, so I think it's still out there. I forgot to look. This came out in March though, so who knows how long it will be there. It is a natural, really kind of stiff ribbon with little white polka dots on. It makes beautiful for putting over things. A little harder to tie in bows, but very pretty. But there's a little trick to using it if you want. I am going to pull off the fibers. So I already cut out a piece of this, and I'm just going to pull fibers from this. I like that look because it reminded me with the birds of kind of the fibers that they use to build their nests. So look at these. Now you could use linen thread or one of the twines that coordinates with this, and that would work too. But these are really nice and stiff and kind of have a fray to them. They just reminded me of that natural, naturey look of a nest. So let's see, I have 4 of them there. I think 4 is enough. I'll keep this one for maybe another card. We'll see. Okay, so I have these 4 pieces. I'm going to kind of line them up so they're end to end. Not worrying about it being perfect because I'm going to trim them. But this will just make it easier when I'm putting this together. And hopefully this will work as well on camera as it does when I do it off camera. It's always a trick, right? So what I want to do is come in here on my ribbon. In fact, let me cut the end off my ribbon now that I kind of know how long this is going to be. I can trim it more later. We'll set that aside. I want to tuck these inside of that knot. And the best way I've found is I have one of these adorable little clamp tweezers. You can buy these anywhere. For medical use, they're usually available in the craft sections. You can find them online. They clamp shut automatically, and then you push them or squeeze them to open them. I think they have a special name, but I don't know what that name is. And I am just going to clamp this shut on those ends, like that. And I'm going to come in here and kind of loosen this bow a little bit and feed them through. In fact, I'm going to clamp them even closer to the ends. Like I said, I do this on my own and I don't even think about the maneuvering, but when I'm on screen, I got to really think about what I'm doing to give you some idea. So let's clamp those together again right on the end, closer to the end. And I'm going to try to feed this right through my little bow. Oh, this worked so good off screen, guys. So well. There we go. I can do it. I'm going to do them from this side. So your bow's pretty loose yet. I'm going to tighten that after so I don't worry too much about it. I'm going to let it loose now, and then I can pull those 4 threads through. Now you could lay them on there ahead of time. It's just hard for me to tie the bow around them, so this worked the best for me. Now I'm going to pull my bow, and then I'm going to pull it back and pull it back. And this is what you do with your bows, and you just finagle it till you get it the way you want it to be. And once it's about there, then you're ready to do your trimming. So I have my little bow. I have that natural little thread through it, which I think just adds a ton. We're going to trim these little ends so that they're even. So let me grab my scissors. I still have not found my ribbon cutting scissors, guys. I might have to go invest in one from Joann's or something. I hope not. I'm so sad. I do not know what I did with it. I can't imagine I left it at that craft fair, even though I had it there. We cleaned up everything, including the tables. Oh, I just frayed my end. Sorry, guys. See, ribbon cutting might not have done that. I'm going to leave it, though. It's going to just be a little frayed. Yeah. I hope I find it. I'm still searching. But like I said, I am so far behind that I haven't actually gone through everything from that craft fair. So it could still be here. And now I'm going to place my bow onto my layer here. So when I place it, I'm placing it right over the ribbon, kind of at an angle. And in that space between my panels. And we're just going to do that with a glue dot, which of course I had here, and now they're gone. Here they are. Glue dot on the back. Place my bow right onto the ribbon, right on the front there. Now this kind of pulls the ribbon up a little bit because it's heavy and that ribbon wasn't anchored. So what I'm going to do is take my tips of my snips and grab another glue dot, just kind of lift it up here, and we're going to tuck that in underneath this ribbon in that center there. And that will keep it from bouncing or moving or seeming like it's loose on there. Let me see if I can show you that now. That is really stuck in place, which I love. And then we're going to trim our little ends on these. Now I kind of like the length on this side. I don't know if I'll trim much there, but on this side I'm going to come back in and trim so they're about even. And look how cute that looks and what that adds to that bow. That little natural kind of embellishment. I love it with the birds. I don't know why. It just made me so happy when I tried it. Okay, so that is the basics of the front of this card. Now we're going to come with dimensionals. And I am on the edge of my dimensionals. So we're going to be cutting these edges to use them up. Do not ever waste your edges of dimensionals, or if you do, don't tell me because I will cry. So I just go around my whole edge. Whoops, let me get my little charm out of the way here. Around my whole edge on these when I have finished the dimensionals on the middle, and just kind of snip them at intervals that give me about a dimensional size. Maybe not perfect, but about. Okay. And I'm going to place 2 more of these in the center here, but I'm not placing them under where this bow is because I want this bow to be able to sink in on my card because it's a little thick with that twine in there. And you should be able to send this with a regular stamp if you don't place dimensionals directly behind it, if that makes sense. Okay, so now we have our pieces. Let's take the backing off. Okay, make sure they're all off because if they're not, it's not going to stick in those spots. And then we're going to add this to the front of our card, leaving a nice little border. Just like that. Look how pretty that is. Oh my gosh, I just love it. And then we have our little sentiment here, love and joy. So I'm going to grab some mini dimensionals. These were from one of our kits. That's why it's kind of an odd size sheet, but they work. And if you don't have minis, just go ahead and cut smaller parts off of your regular dimensionals. That edges are great for that too. You can cut them to anything that you want. So I'm going to flip this top to bottom. I'm going to place 1 dimensional toward the top and 1 toward the bottom. And that way when I layer this onto my card, it's going to straddle my ribbon and stick in place really well. If I didn't do that and I had dimensionals on the ribbon, you get a little bit of that bounce from it. So I'm going to try to straddle it. Put that over on this side just like that and stick it down. So now those dimensionals are stuck right to the card. You can see they're not moving with the ribbon or anything. Oh, I'm in love. Okay, we got to add some bling, guys. Got to add some bling. Okay, so let me grab our Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. These are what I was telling you about earlier. Now, I think I've told you all this tip, but I'm going to tell you it again. Now when I get my elements, and this was from Chrissy from our Global Inspiration team that taught me this, I don't worry about opening that adhesive flap because my elements would always catch on it. I cut off the plastic on the edge, put a little arrow so I remember that I've cut that off, and then I can pull my elements in and out. Now I also pull out my card, and there was adhesive here that this was stuck down to. I always try to remove that right away and then put just a little paper. This is a scrap of typing paper, of copy paper, over that adhesive. That way it makes it easy for me to take in and out as I go. So let's get this back in here. You don't normally even have to take this part out. I just leave it right in there. Now I want to pick my embellishments. So we have kind of an ivory color, kind of our vanilla. We have somewhere between garden green and shaded spruce. We have the color I just used, our brand new neutral color. What is it called? Basic gray, our basic beige. We have a basic beige. And then this one is kind of, it's light, but it's kind of maybe a light form of our, kind of between copper clay and pecan. So I think you could use these. They're kind of between, they're not exact, but they coordinate. So I'm just gonna lay this on here and see which color I want to use. Oh, I think they're all pretty. I don't know. What do you think, guys? Maybe the green will give it a little pop. Let's try the greens. So I'm gonna add some gems. I'm gonna use one of the larger. So these come in two sides. Remember I told you they're slightly faceted, they're beautiful, shiny, and they're pretty flat. They don't have a big dome on them. So it makes them really nice for going through the mail. Let's place one right here of the large ones. And then I'm gonna grab a small one. And we're gonna place that. Gotta kind of think about it. I think like right in here, a small one. Yeah, why not? That's good. And again, I'm trying to place these also where there are not dimensionals. So when you see me feel, it's just because then I know it can push down there. And I'm gonna do the same thing here. There's dimensionals top and bottom, but I'm gonna add a little gem here to the side because then also it'll be able to squish down in the mail. Thinking about all that makes your cards go through the mail so much easier. So just take a minute to think about your placement. All right. So this is our card, guys. I'm going to show you a couple more samples, but this is the one I'm giving away. I would love to hear your comments. I do want to show you, I don't think I got it up ahead. I do want to show you the paper again that we're using. It is Nests of Winter. And if you go back a couple videos, I went through all of these papers sheet by sheet so you can see them. But these are gorgeous designs, you guys. You cannot go wrong with this paper. I love it. Here's all the coordinating colors. So you can coordinate them with just about anything you want because there's a ton of colors on these birds. But this is the card I'm giving away. I am so happy with it. I think it's beautiful. I'm going to be making more of these. Some of these will be my Christmas cards this year. So love and joy on the front. And on the inside, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Beautiful card. But let me show you two other samples. So I'm going to set this up to the side. I made another sample exactly like this, except that I put it onto Cajun Craze. So it is the same card. And what's nice about this is if you don't have enough of one of the colors of base, you can change out with all of these colors in there. So this one is on Cajun Craze. And the only other difference to it is that instead of the green gems, I used the basic beige gems. So they are on here kind of the same placement or pretty close. Two beautiful, kind of identical cards, same layout. But then I also made a card using, this uses the Sentimental Christmas Designer Series paper. And I always want to point this out. I will probably bring it up every time I use it. This is our Making a Difference product for the fall catalog, which means that for every pack of this paper that you purchase, Stampin' Up! Will contribute $3 to a literacy program that services your area. So in the United States, it'll be different than the one that they're doing in the European countries. It'll be different than the one they're doing in the South Pacific. A literacy that serves our area. And these are just some of the designs in here. It is a very vintagey, sentimental Christmas is the perfect term for it. So I chose one of the patterns out of there, and this one has the candles on. And I made that same card using the candles. So for this one, I chose to use Lost Lagoon as my base. Now there's not Lost Lagoon in the paper, but there is Pretty Peacock. And to me, Pretty Peacock and Lost Lagoon coordinate so well. So for this one, I did the same exact thing, pulled the candles out, cut them apart, put them on the panels. The ribbon that I used on here is a ribbon you've seen me use before. It is the iridescent, oh, why does it, let's see, iridescent 1/2 inch striped trim that has that beautiful shimmer shine to it. Tied my bow. I didn't add the little natural strips because it's not a nature scene. It's a candle scene. But I did use the same sentiment. And the embellishment I used on here, I don't know what I did with it. I might not be able to show you, but it's our little iridescent pearls. I stuck them somewhere that's not here. So, but I love them. Oh, here they are. The iridescent pearls basic jewels. They are just pearls, but they have a little bit of rainbow and iridescence and shine on them, a little bit of coating, so they match perfectly with this ribbon. And that reminded me of the flames of the candle, just having that little bit of iridescence to it. So that's 3 different designs, same exact layout. I will post all the measurements so you can see it. But the card I am giving away today is this one. I am so happy that you took some time to be with me today. I hope you liked this card. I hope you've had some time to look through the fall catalog. And I hope you will go online and look at our new scrapbooking materials. Honestly, they are not just for scrapbooking, guys. They're gorgeous. The papers are gorgeous. You can use them on your cards as well as scrapbooking or on your 3D projects or for shadow boxes. So check it out. Don't forget to leave your comments for a chance to win this card. You have till at least tomorrow night, midnight, to be entered. I would love to hear from you. And as always, I would love to be your creative coach and demonstrator. If you have any questions at all, if you need a catalog, please reach out to me in the comments of this video or by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. I do plan to be back here on Tuesday with another project. We are leaving on Wednesday. But I am so hoping I can get here on Tuesday and show you another project before we leave. And I'm hoping I can do some things with you while I'm gone. It just depends upon how much I can get done before we leave. I will be bringing my laptop and phone though with me. So hopefully I can do something on the road. As always, just thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for always just being an encouragement to me. Don't forget our Global Inspiration Stamp Team presentations are going on each day through the 12th. And it looks like there will be a change and I will be back on Sunday. That wasn't the original plan, but there's been a little bit of an emergency in a family. So at this point, I'm leaving the schedule, but I think I will be covering on Sunday with some new projects. So check that out. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.